Who's running this club? The Diamond King, Diamond King, Diamond King. Who's running this club? The Diamond King, Diamond King, Diamond, Diamond King.
Welcome to the Diamond K Show, where we break down history, culture, and current events with clarity and purpose. I'm your host, Diamond K, and today we are diving deep into the real story behind Juneteenth, how it came about, what really happened, what it means today, and we're going to clear up some of the biggest misconceptions along the way. Let's get into it. So let's talk about the real origin of Juneteenth. You've probably heard the headlines. Juneteenth marks the end of slavery. But the truth is more complicated than that. Here's what really happened. On January the 1st, 1863, President Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation. This executive order declared that enslaved people in Confederate states were, quote unquote, free. But let's be real. A piece of paper didn't instantly end slavery. Confederate states did not recognize Lincoln's authority, and enslavers weren't exactly rushing to break the chains. So fast forward to June 19th, 1865. 2.5 years later, Union General Gordon Granger arrived in Galveston, Texas with federal troops. Texas was one of the last holdouts of slavery, and many enslavers had moved there during the war to avoid Union forces. Granger stood on Texas soil and read General Order Number 3, announcing that all enslaved people were now free. That day became known as Juneteenth, a mashup of June and 19th. Now, this symbolized the moment freedom finally reached the last corner of the Confederacy. But let's be clear, slavery wasn't officially abolished in the entire United States until the 13th Amendment was ratified in December of 1865. So, what Juneteenth meant then for the newly freed people of Texas, Juneteenth was more than just a date. It was a celebration of survival, a declaration of dignity, and a moment to claim the freedom that had long been denied. By 1866, the first Juneteenth celebrations began with music, food, prayer services, community gatherings. Over time, it spread from Texas to Black communities across the United States. It wasn't about fireworks or parades sponsored by big brands. It was about honoring ancestors, preserving culture, and remembering the fight. So, what does Juneteenth mean today? Fast forward to now. Juneteenth is a federal holiday. It was originally and officially recognized in 2021, signed into law by President Joe Biden. But many of us had been celebrating long before Congress got involved. Today, Juneteenth is a time to reflect on the legacy of slavery and racism in America, celebrate Black freedom, excellence, and resilience, educate future generations about what real freedom means and who hasn't always applied to, right? Here's the thing. It's not just a quote unquote Black holiday. It's American history, just like July 4th. And it should be treated as such. So let's clear up some misconceptions. I want to debunk a few myths real quick. Myth number 1. Juneteenth was the day slavery ended. This is false. It was the day the last enslaved people were told they were free. But slavery continued in Kentucky and Delaware until December of 1865. Myth number 2. The Emancipation Proclamation freed all slaves instantly. This is not true. It only applied to the Confederate states, and even then it required Union troops to enforce it. Myth number 3. Juneteenth is just a Texas thing. While it started in Texas, Juneteenth was embraced nationwide, from California to New York. Myth number 4. It's just a second Independence Day. Not exactly. July 4th in 1776 celebrated freedom from British rule, but black people were still enslaved. Juneteenth recognizes a freedom that was long delayed and still incomplete in many ways. So, why Juneteenth still matters? It's much more than a cookout or a day off of work. It's about truth, justice, and freedom delayed, but not denied. It's a reminder that progress takes time, and that even when laws change, the fight for equality continues. So whether you're marching, teaching, cooking out, or just learning, honor the day with purpose. Know the history, speak the truth, and never forget the cost of freedom. That's it for today's episode of the Diamond K Show. Make sure to follow, share, and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts, and connect with me on social media at the Diamond K Show. Of course, onfirebroadcasting.com. Until next time, stay informed, stay inspired, and keep pushing forward. Let me put you on to something real quick. If you're looking for that flawless, camera-ready look, whether it's for an event or the club or just an everyday slay, you need to check out J. Stover Beauty. They specialize in luxury custom wigs. I'm talking top-tier craftsmanship, perfect fit, and premium hair that looks and feels natural. These wigs aren't off the shelf. They're custom made just for you. So whether you want long and sleek, curly and bold, or something in between, J. Stover Beauty has you covered. Tap in and order yours today at jstoverbeauty.com. That's jstoverbeauty.com, where luxury meets confidence.
Who's running this club?